The rain was falling hard that night, like the sky was trying to wash away something it could never forget. A black car stopped outside a luxury penthouse. He didn't move at first. Inside the car, he just stared through the fogged glass at the girl standing under the streetlight, soaked, shivering, silent. A mistake. That's what he kept telling himself. But mistakes don't usually look at you like that, like they already know your name.
And your secrets.
He finally stepped out. The moment she saw him, she didn't smile. She didn't run. She just said one word, "Hi." Like nothing had ever happened. Like she hadn't ruined everything. His jaw tightened. "You shouldn't be here," he said coldly. She looked down, rain dripping from her hair. "I had nowhere else to go." The world felt quieter for a second. He should have left her there, should have walked away, but he didn't. Instead, he turned and said, "Don't misunderstand this. I'm not saving you." She followed him anyway. Inside the penthouse, everything was too clean, too perfect, too controlled. And she looked like chaos walking through glass. He threw a towel at her. "Dry yourself and leave." She caught it slowly, but she didn't move. Instead, she said something that made his entire expression change. "You don't even remember me, do you?" Silence. A dangerous kind of silence. He turned slightly. "I remember everything I choose to." She gave a small laugh, but it wasn't happy. "That's the problem. You chose to forget me." His eyes narrowed. The air between them shifted. Something heavy. Something buried. She stepped closer, just one step, and said softly, "You call me a mistake first." That hit. Not like a memory, like a wound reopening. For the first time, his control slipped. "Get out," he said low. But she didn't. Not yet. Because she wasn't done. And neither was the past. The room stayed silent after her words. "You called me a mistake first." He didn't respond. Not because he had nothing to say, but because everything he wanted to say would destroy the calm he had built for years. He turned away. "You're confusing me with someone else." She shook her head slowly.
No.
One word.
Firm. Certain.
That hit harder than any argument. He walked toward the window, rain still hammering against the glass. "I don't make mistakes like that," he said coldly. Behind him, her voice softened. "Then why do you remember my voice when it rains?" That stopped him. Just for a second. But she noticed. She always noticed too much. He finally turned back. His eyes darker now. "What do you want from me?" She hesitated. For the first time, unsure. "I don't want anything from you. I just didn't want to disappear from your life, like I never existed." Something shifted in his face. Not softness. Not regret. Something more dangerous. Conflict. He stepped closer now. Slow. Controlled. "You think you existed in my life?" he said quietly. Her breath caught. And then he added, "You were a phase. Nothing more." That should have ended it. But it didn't. Because her eyes didn't break. They burned instead. "Then why did you come back every night after I left?" Silence again. This time heavier. Stronger. He stopped walking. For the first time, his expression wasn't in control. A crack. Small but real. She noticed it. And stepped closer. "You told me to leave," she whispered. "But you never stopped me from staying in your mind." His jaw tightened. Enough. But she wasn't listening anymore. Not to fear. Not to distance. Only truth. "I didn't ruin your life," she said softly. "I was already part of it." That line stayed in the air longer than anything else. He looked at her, really looked at her. And for a moment, just a moment, the past wasn't buried anymore. It was standing right in front of him, breathing, waiting. And everything he refused to fix was finally refusing to stay broken in silence. The silence between them turned heavier than the rain outside. He stepped back first. A reflex, not fear, control. "You're good with words," he said flatly, "but that doesn't change reality." She didn't blink. "Then tell me your version of reality." That question hit differently, because he had a version, a carefully built one that kept him sleeping at night. But she was standing in it now, breaking the edges. He looked away again. "You were never supposed to matter," he said quietly. Then she replied, "But I did." That was it. No anger, no drama, just truth. And it was louder than everything else. His phone buzzed on the table. He didn't look at it. For the first time, he couldn't, because looking away meant running again. And he was tired of running. She noticed his silence. "So, why am I here again?" she asked softly. He finally looked at her. Really looked. Not the mistake. Not the past. Just her. And something in his expression shifted just slightly. "I didn't bring you here," he said. She nodded slowly. "No, but you didn't stop it either." That landed, because it was true. He walked closer again, slower this time, but not aggressive. Careful, like he was approaching something that could either break him or fix him. "You should leave," he said again. But this time it didn't sound like a command. It sounded like a warning. She smiled faintly. "You always say that when you're scared." His eyes sharpened instantly. "That's not fear." She stepped closer. Now there was almost no space left. "Then what is it?" A long pause. The kind that changes everything. His voice dropped. History repeating itself. Her smile faded slightly, because now she understood. This wasn't about forgetting. It was about surviving what he remembered. And still, she didn't move away. Instead, she said quietly, "Then stop repeating it." For the first time, he didn't have an answer. Only silence. And, in that silence, something between them didn't break. It shifted. He turned away from her again, not because he was cold, but because looking at her was becoming harder than ignoring her. "This conversation is over," he said. She didn't move. "Then why don't you end it properly?" she asked. He didn't answer. Instead, he walked to the bar counter, poured a glass of water, and didn't drink it. Just held it, like something to focus on, something to hide behind. "You don't belong here," he said again. But this time, his voice wasn't strong. It was tired. She noticed, and she stepped closer anyway. "I didn't come here for permission," she said softly. "I came because I remember everything you forgot." His grip on the glass tightened slightly. "Memory can lie," he replied. She nodded. "Yes, but emotions don't." That made him stop. Completely. For a second, only the sound of rain filled the room. Then he spoke lower than before. "What do you want from me?" She looked at him for a long moment. No anger now. No fear either. Just something unresolved. "I want you to stop pretending I never existed." That hit differently. Because it wasn't about love. It was about truth. He finally set the glass down. Slowly. Carefully. And for the first time, he didn't look away. "You think I forgot you?" he said quietly. Her breath caught slightly. He stepped closer now. Not aggressive. Not defensive. Honest, dangerously honest. "I didn't forget you," he said. "I buried you." Silence. That changed everything. Her expression softened for the first time. But his didn't. Because buried things don't stay dead. They wait. And now she was standing right on top of everything he tried to hide. The distance between them disappeared again. Not by force. By truth. And for the first time, he didn't ask her to leave. The room felt different now. Not quieter. Heavier. Like something had finally cracked open that couldn't be closed again. He stood still, staring at her. For years, he had trained himself not to feel. Not to remember. Not to go back. And yet, she was standing there like proof that none of it worked. "You shouldn't have come back," he said again, but weaker this time. She shook her head. "I didn't come back," she replied. "I was never really gone." That line stayed between them. He looked down for a moment, then laughed once, short, empty. "You always said things like that." Her eyes narrowed slightly. "You remember." Silence. He didn't deny it this time. That was new. Dangerous. She took another step forward. Now, there was almost no distance left. "Then why did you call me a mistake?" she asked softly. His jaw tightened. Not anger now. Something more uncomfortable. Truth pressing against control. "I called you that," he said slowly, "because keeping you was worse than losing you." That confession hit harder than anything before. Her expression changed. just slightly, like something inside her finally understood the shape of the pain. "You think I ruined you," she said quietly. He didn't answer, but his silence did. She nodded slowly. "I didn't." Then she added, "You were already breaking before I arrived." That made his eyes lift sharply. For the first time, not defensive, exposed. He took a step closer without thinking. Now, they were too close. Too real. "I told myself forgetting you would fix everything," he said. His voice dropped. But it didn't. Her breath caught slightly, because that was the closest thing to honesty he had ever given her. The rain outside grew louder, like it was trying to fill the silence. She whispered, "So what now?" He looked at her for a long moment, then answered without hesitation, "I don't fix things. I survive them." Her expression softened, but she didn't step back. Instead, she said quietly, "Then survive me." That stopped everything. His eyes locked on hers, and for the first time in years, he didn't look like someone in control. He looked like someone standing at the edge of something he refused to fall into, but was already halfway there. The words hung in the air. "Then survive me." For a moment, he didn't move at all. Not because he didn't have an answer, but because every answer he had led somewhere he refused to go. He finally turned away. "Stop this," he said quietly. But it didn't carry strength anymore.
She didn't follow him this time.
Instead, she stayed where she was. "Why are you still afraid of me?" she asked. That question made him stop again. Afraid. He hated that word. He turned slightly, just enough to see her from the side. "I'm not afraid of you," he said. She nodded. "Then look at me." Silence. The rain outside felt louder again. He didn't move. Not immediately. Then slowly he turned. Fully this time, their eyes met, and something in his control finally slipped. Not dramatically, just enough to show what he never allowed anyone to see. Tension, memory, regret he never named. She noticed.
Of course she did.
"You still remember that night," she said softly. His jaw tightened instantly. "Don't." But she continued anyway. "The night you said I was the only thing you couldn't control." That line hit like a fracture. He looked away for a second. Just 1 second. But it was enough. Enough to confirm everything. When he looked back, his voice was lower. "I shouldn't have said that." She nodded. "But you did." A pause. Then she stepped closer again. Carefully. No rush. No fear. Just certainty. "You didn't lose me," she said quietly. "You pushed me away because I made you feel something you couldn't handle." His eyes narrowed slightly. "That's not true." But it wasn't firm anymore. She tilted her head. "Then why am I still here in your memory?" Silence again. This time, no escape in it. Just truth sitting between them. He exhaled slowly. For the first time, tired. Not powerful. Not distant. Just human. "I built my life without you," he said finally. She nodded. "I know." Then he added, "And you still found a way back into it." Her expression softened. Because that wasn't anger. That was surrender hiding behind control. The space between them was gone now. Only breath remained. He looked at her one last time, like he was deciding something he had avoided for years. Then quietly, "Staying here changes everything." She didn't hesitate. "I already did." And for the first time, he didn't ask her to leave. He didn't refuse. He just stood there as the past finally stopped being a memory and started becoming real again. The silence after her words wasn't empty anymore. It was heavy with choice. He stood still, like even breathing had become a decision. "You don't understand what you're stepping into," he said finally. She didn't flinch. "Then explain it." A pause. He looked at her properly now, no more avoidance, no more turning away. "You think this is about us," he said quietly. "But it's about what I became after you left." That line shifted the air again. Her expression changed slightly. Not fear. Curiosity, mixed with something softer. "I didn't leave to punish you," she said. His jaw tightened. "But I was punished anyway." Silence. The rain outside hit harder against the glass. He walked a few steps away, running a hand through his hair. For the first time, he looked unsettled. I stopped sleeping properly after you, he admitted. That wasn't planned. It just came out. He paused, like he regretted saying it immediately. But she heard it. All of it. She spoke gently now. You never told me that. He let out a short, dry laugh. I wasn't supposed to. She stepped closer again, slower this time. No one is supposed to suffer alone and call it strength. That made him look at her sharply. Don't lecture me, he said. But even that had no real force behind it. She didn't stop. You turned it into anger, she said softly. Against me. Against everything. His eyes darkened slightly. You think I blamed you? She nodded. Yes.
A beat. He didn't deny it.
And that silence said everything she needed. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then he said quietly, if I didn't blame you, I would have had to admit I missed you. That was the real fracture. Not anger, not distance.
That.
Her breath slowed, because now it wasn't about past arguments anymore. It was about what still existed underneath them. She looked at him carefully. And do you? She asked. A long pause. He didn't answer immediately. For once, there was no mask ready. No rehearsed control. Just truth standing too close. Then, barely audible. Yes. One word. And everything changed. She didn't smile. He didn't move closer. But the space between them stopped feeling like distance. It felt like tension about to become something irreversible. He looked away again, voice lower. But that doesn't change what I am now. She replied softly. Maybe I didn't come back for who you were. A pause. Maybe I came back for who you became, because of me. That stopped him completely. For the first time, he had no immediate response. Only silence. And in that silence, something dangerous started to form. Not love yet. Not forgiveness. Something in between. Something unfinished. Something neither of them could walk away from anymore. The room felt different now. Not tense. Not cold. Just irreversible. He stood facing her. But for the first time, there was no distance left to hide behind. You really shouldn't have come back, he said again, but even he didn't believe it anymore. She looked at him calmly. I didn't come back to disturb your life. I came back because I was already part of it. That line didn't break him. It revealed him. He exhaled slowly, like something inside him finally gave up resisting. All this time, he said quietly, I told myself you were a mistake. She didn't interrupt. But mistakes don't stay in your head for years, he continued. They don't show up in every silence, every decision, every regret. His voice lowered. They don't feel like you. Silence. The rain outside softened, like even it was listening now. She stepped closer. This time, he didn't stop her. You never hated me, she said softly. He didn't answer immediately. Then, no, he admitted. I hated what I became without you. That was it. The truth neither of them were avoiding anymore. She nodded slowly. I wasn't your ruin. I was just the moment you stopped pretending. His eyes held hers. No more anger. No more distance. Just something real and unfinished for too long. He finally spoke, quieter than before. If I let you stay, he paused, nothing in my life will remain the same. She didn't hesitate. Good. That word hit differently, because it wasn't chaos. It was acceptance. He stared at her for a long moment. Then slowly, he took a step forward, closing the final distance. Not rushing, not forcing, choosing. His voice dropped. I never fix what you broke. She replied softly, because I was never the broken part. A long silence. Then he said the words he had avoided for years. Stay. One word. Heavy. Final.
Real.
Her eyes softened. And for the first time, she didn't look like the past. She looked like the present he finally stopped running from. She nodded. Only if you stop calling me a mistake. A faint, almost broken breath left him. I will. And just like that, the story he refused to fix
was no longer something from the past.
It was something he finally chose to live. If you want part 2 series or spin OFF, why she left first / who really broke him, just say next fleshed face.